That's why I don't love zoos very much.
Oh yeah, no.
I don't love zoos very much at all. I know others people do, and my family included. I just feel like that's a form of oppression
Yeah.
and captivity, and for our entertainment.
Yeah.
Eating animals and protein and things like that. That's always been a question
Yeah.
of whether or not I should or should not. And
It feels necessary.
I think the way people okay that is, or society okays that is other people believe that animals don't have a soul, or they don't feel a certain way, or they don't understand pain. And I mean, I don't know if that's right.
Yeah.
Just a few minutes.
Yeah, like 5 to 10.
Thank you so much.
I'll have a stand. Are you okay with being on YouTube Live?
Sure.
Perfect. So we'll talk here. I'm gonna flip this around. Woo! There we go. Okay, so the talk is about the power versus the powerless. At least in the beginning, these are just some questions that gain common ground. Do you feel like the powerful should have the right to oppress the powerless for any reason?
No.
Regardless of like strength or intelligence? Maybe like they look a certain way?
No, not at all.
All right, perfect. And so where this question starts to gain some difference in opinion is like when we beg the question towards like animals, like other species of animals than human, right?
Sure.
Like humans are animals. So the ones we use for food or entertainment, we're begging the question of like, is it oppression for them? Like, should we stop that? Should we care about that? Or asking the questions of why having that mentality can hurt us, like as whole.
Absolutely.
What do you think?
Well, I always wonder. That's why I don't love zoos very much.
Oh yeah, no.
I don't love zoos very much at all. I know others people do, and my family included. I just feel like that's a form of oppression and captivity, and for our entertainment.
Yeah.
Eating animals and protein and things like that. That's always been a question of whether or not I should or should not. And
it feels necessary.
I think the way people okay that is, or society okays that is other people believe that animals don't have a soul, or they don't feel a certain way, or they don't understand pain. And I mean, I don't know if that's right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like I think when we all go to bed, like we can agree that all these animals, they feel. And so like after we acknowledge that, like what really more is there to look at?
It's true. That's fair.
And so then we look at the things like, the systems that we have in place that breed and slaughter these individuals is just completely terrible. Have you heard of veganism at all? Like, just as a, I know there's lots of misconceptions about it. I mean, it's only 1% of the population. Yeah. And then I feel like there had been like a big white veganism movement that is honestly like nuanced in itself to say. Sure. But like, what is your understanding? I guess is what I want to say.
Veganism?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the way it was kind of explained to me is that, and I could be wrong, but the way it's explained to me is that they don't eat any animals. They don't eat any animal byproducts. And the idea is that in itself is supposed to make one healthier, and two, the other thing is not to mistreat animals at any time, because there is an idea that those animals feel, they hurt.
Yeah.
We also depopulate some of these animals and things like that. That's my understanding. When I first got brought onto the idea of what veganism is actually in Eugene, and they kind of explain the whole process and things like that.
Yeah. So I guess that is pretty much almost there. Yeah. So all of that, right, is the consequence of veganism. So we have veganism, which is going to be the mindset, right, that says I don't believe sentient beings, that ability to think, feel, whatever, form subjective thoughts about their experience. Yeah. Taking that, like having that quality, where we believe having that quality means that you should not be exploited. Nobody should use you or oppress you or treat you cruelly for their benefit. Yeah. And there's no justification for that because we wouldn't accept that for ourselves. Yeah. After you get into it, like you can see that like it's a lot of reasons why that people use animals, or justifications that people have for using animals that people have used to justify using humans and other humans all over the world. Sure. And it's these same systems that are set up, like these hierarchical systems that tell you, man is greater than woman, white is greater than black, human greater than animal. Sure. That kind of like started deviating us from each other because pre-colonization, what we'll see is a more like diasporic solidarity, and part of like colonialism and white supremacy and whatever is erasing that, and instead putting in place systems of domination. And
like,
so
like you're here for us.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly. Because like when we look at it, like we know that cows, pigs, chickens are not even native to North America either. Like Turtle Island, they were not here. It was bison, it was natives, and they were living in subsistence, trying to cohabitate with others. So all we do is out here is we're questioning people, asking them about that, wondering maybe what's stopping them from changing their mindset on animals and going vegan, and then taking that and applying to their life where they can go plant-based, because it's the only way you can make sure that you are not like personally investing in that system, because so like that's the consequence. I say that veganism is a non-action, because all you're doing is you're choosing not to participate in the system. It's kind of like when you just boycott anything else. It kind of clicked for me after I've only been vegan a year, but like a few months in, it clicked to me that it was more of a social justice, less for my health, although it's a really great perk of doing something good. It's like, how you get to build community as a perk of not being racist.
Yeah, sure.
Like, because like, but like that's not why we do it. We do it because like these people have feelings. And and I really do believe like animals are people. I think society over time we're gonna change the definition, because right now it's like a human who like, well, I don't really know, but I think a lot of people can agree like a person is just somebody we care about, whether it's dog, cat, cow,
that's
chicken.
true. That's true. I also know for government standards, that's going to be a hard shift.
For sure.
Right, and there's also financial benefits from it, things like that. So, not to say that you're not wrong for questioning whether or not it's that person or that animal actually being oppressed and being used for our benefits only. You're not wrong for asking that question, and you're right. It's things that I think about constantly all the time. Where
that's good, because we just need to be thinking about it. Like at the end of the day, like
and when I eat certain things, that does come into question. And I also know that the way I was brought up has a lot to do with what I do now, but the awareness is really good. I don't ever fault somebody for making me more aware about something, giving me something more to think of, and everything happens for a reason for me. So this conversation is really good.
I appreciate that. But I honestly just part of it that I love about doing this is talking to open-minded people, because it just gives you a little more hope. Like, because like if I sit in my house and I don't talk to people about this all day, or I don't get online and I don't, even because like online activism is very real too. Like, I do that a lot, but if I just don't speak about
change.
Exactly.
Hey, brother, how are you?
Hello.
No change.
And so, I guess I want to ask you, like, how many, so would you think about maybe going vegan, which is just a mindset change?
So it's funny you said that. I mean, it was a while ago, but for Lent, we decided as a family, we decided as a family we were going to
put down the meat.
Yeah, put down the meat. And it had its benefits. I also felt really bad in the beginning, but that was my body detoxing from a lot of the things, right? And at the end of it, I felt pretty good. The commitment was really hard. But
well, because like the culture is so strong.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, that's Mark Field. Sorry.
What was it?
Go Zags. Nice to meet you. Sorry.
No worries.
It's something. It's something that we talked about as a family. I mean, a while ago. Well, and we didn't revisit it, but that's something maybe that we can.
Yeah, totally. That's all we ask people to do is like question things, continue to question them, because like obviously, curiosity is the only way we can move forward, I feel like, in the world.
Absolutely.
And I encourage you to maybe go plant-based until you can watch some like documentaries. We have some resources if you're willing to take them. You can show them to your family and stuff like that.
All right.
There's even like, I don't know, like there's nutrition facts on there that just like reassure you that you're getting everything you need if you need it. But yeah, just stuff like that. We have a website. It shows just a bunch of resources.
My question is, how do you feel?
I feel honestly, I feel
other than the social conflict that But how do you feel physically?
I feel pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, like I didn't really honestly when I switched to, like, you mean switching to plant-based?
Yeah.
Like I didn't really notice anything. It was
Okay.
honestly one of the biggest. It's like
Wow.
I felt like it was either. Sometimes like I genuinely wonder if like just like the culture is so strong that it creates that mental, because like they actually did a study where they fed some like one group of people nuts and whatever like that, and they fed one group of people jerky like from a cow, and then after that they had them do like watch a documentary, and it was the people who hadn't benefited from the culture of seeing animals as food, like so the ones who didn't eat the jerky were more likely to like accept what they had seen in the documentary as truth.
Okay.
And so it's like it shows like I don't know, it's showing like that the cognitive dissonance with like literally what's physically in your body or what the actions you've taken like just prior like for the day before. I think because then they even did their what was it? They saw what they paid for their lunch the next day as well.
Yeah. Okay.
And so like they made conscious. They noticed that the people who ate the nuts made more conscious decisions the next day.
Consumption.
So just like I don't know, stuff like that. Like I generally I didn't go to the doctor. I didn't really talk to anybody. Actually, I did have like one checkup before, but it wasn't like talking about going vegan or anything. It was just like a normal checkup, and then I had gone vegan, and it wasn't like nothing plant-based. No plant-based issues that popped up, I guess, is what I mean. I found out more maybe that it was like more of like the toxic culture of like trying to make it seem hard. Because like the world profits off of this entire industry,
100%.
Which is like so.
Even the health industry.
It gets wicked when you look at.
100%.
So yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you, man.
What was your name?
Darren's.
My name's Elvin.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
Yes.
it.
Have a great day.